the royal
We do nothing
public.
wrong. I mean, we're just perfectly reacting to it. Everyone else is wrong.
Obviously. That's the point of this podcast, is that we are right and people should listen to us. There's your clip, business boys. There's your show promo clip.
Hello and welcome to HR Confessions. I'm Rebecca Taylor.
And I'm Kim Rohrer. We are bringing you unfiltered perspectives from the world of HR, terrible stories, and good advice.
And it's that time of year. It's time for holiday parties and stories about holiday parties. Kim, I'm so excited.
I am excited and scared, to quote Into the Woods. I have had some incredible holiday parties and also some horrifying ones. So I can only imagine the best of the best that our listeners have submitted.
Oh my goodness, I know.
Yikes.
And we got some really good submissions to the point where, and I was asking friends for submissions. They were like telling me stories from like their old jobs. Then they were connecting me to their HR people. I got like so many random texts from random people that were just like, here's like my 2-second story. And so I feel like it would do those submissions a disservice if I didn't at least sort of give the highlights of some of the others that weren't picked.
That's wonderful. So, honorable mentions. I love it.
Exactly. I love an honorable mention. So there was one where the co-founder's friend, who was not an employee, was at the party, and he was offering everyone Coke, just like walking around being like, who wants Coke? They get to the HR person. He's like, you want Coke? She's like, do you know who I am? And he's like, no. And she's like, I'm HR. And he's like, okay. And she's like, I have to leave.
Oh, that's like HR having to be the fun police, having to leave the party,
Yep. Then there was the other one
rough.
where an employee's wife, so remember holiday parties that you actually could bring like a +1? So an employee's wife made other employees uncomfortable because she got really drunk and started like dancing up on everybody on the dance floor.
Yeah. Of course she did.
It's like, that's the person's wife. Like, what do you do?
Listen, but long before we were married, and Reader, I still married him, my husband vomited all over the floor of my office at our office warming party to celebrate the opening of our new office.
Oh, no.
He wasn't the only one, but there were a lot of spiked strawberry lemonades being drunk, and I got to clean up a lot of pink barf the next day at work.
That sounds fun.
These things happen. Happen.
Sometimes it gets out of hand.
It does.
There was the other one where a senior executive took a bunch of junior employees to a strip club afterwards.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Second location is a strip club.
Not
then
the
there
first
was
time
another
I've heard of this happening, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's apparently a thing, and it's just like,
Why?
look, if that's your jam, if that's your thing, that's fine.
Fine.
If it's your coworkers, it's a little weird. And if you're a senior employee and you're bringing junior employees, that's just don't. Just why would you even put yourself in that position? But it's another one where HR was like, all right, great, now I have to deal with this. And then one last honorable mention was when another senior executive took a bunch of junior employees to a second location afterwards, after party, totally normal, but then invited some of them back to his place to smoke weed. But like not all of them, like cherry picked
Some of
just
them.
like, hey.
He was like, what were their names? Terry and from our first story where they're
Mike
like
and Terry.
cherry pick Mike and Terry. It's
Yep.
like, you can come over and smoke weed at my house.
Yeah. And it's
Don't make it awkward. Don't be
And
suspicious.
that one's not the smoke weed at my house part that I find weird. It's
No.
the senior executive and junior employees and selecting a few to go back to the house. That's like, again,
We got a power
dynamics just
differential.
don't-
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like I so enjoyed reading these, listening to these, and I just want to thank everybody who submitted their stories and like felt comfortable sharing them with us. Unfortunately, only one could make it to really be told, and we're about to get to that one now.
All
so
right.
Kim, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. So today's story takes place in the early 2010s in a major East Coast city. Our HR hero, her name's Jamie. She worked for a consulting company that had around 200 employees.
Okay.
She was the VP of HR, and she'd been with the company for about 5 years by the time we encountered this particular holiday party. So, like, she was experienced. Yeah,
She knows these people pretty well by now.
Yep.
Yep.
So this year's party planning committee contained Jamie and about 10 other people from other departments. So, like, communal, good. Each person was responsible for a specific component like venue, food and beverage, decorations, entertainment, communications. So each one kind of had like their own little thing. And they basically held regular touch-based meetings and had email chains going through that brought all the logistics together.
What could be the problem? Yeah, this sounds great.
So in my experience, and I think yours might be the same because we've kind of talked about this, there are different vibes of holiday parties. So like there are the ones that are more formal, sit down dinners. Then there are the ones that have an activity like bowling or like shuffleboard. And then you have like what I call the ragers, the ones where they basically like book a ballroom with like a food, a bar, and a DJ, and like everyone gets turned. And they're usually on like a Tuesday because that's when like they're cheap and available. And like that's usually, you know, the test is then, are you at work the next day on Wednesday? That's like sort of it's the rite of passage. So just based on that, what kind of these parties do you think this company is having?
I'm going to go with door number 3.
And now a quick word from our sponsor, SkillCycle. SkillCycle is a talent development system that connects performance management to one-to-one coaching and development. The SkillCycle platform aligns individual growth with business objectives through continuous feedback, AI-powered development paths, and leadership training. As a SkillCycle co-founder, I'd love to talk to you out there in our audience, progressive people leaders who really get it. Let's chat over coffee on us to give us some feedback on the episode and about the challenges you're facing today. You might just contribute to a topic on our next episode. Email us today at hrconfessions@skillcycle.com. That's hrconfessions@skillcycle.com. Ding, ding, ding.
Great.
They're throwing a rager. So
got it.
This company, we're going to call it Best Consulting. So Best Consulting was apparently known in the industry circles as like the holiday party to attend. Like people knew about them. They
would you say,
cool venue.
Rebecca, would you say that it is the best holiday party to attend?
It is the best holiday party by Best Consulting.
That was not even a good interruption for a good joke. It had to happen. Sorry.
I teed it up.
Thank you. All right.
And so like they always held it at a cool venue because, you know, the venue is always the thing. It's like you want it to be somewhere cool, not just like a basement downstairs kind of thing.
Right.
There was always lots of food, an open bar, a DJ, and they invited like clients and business partners.
Ooh.
So even though there were only 200 employees at the company, there could sometimes be up to 1,000 people at this actual party.
Oh my gosh. Okay. It's one of those.
Yeah. And so it's like clients and business partners, not plus ones, like no spouses, no boyfriends, girlfriends, like none of that. So that's
less fun.
more the...
Okay.
So it's a lot of professional people in a party environment.
Yeah.
So this year... Jamie's in charge of booking entertainment. She drew the entertainment straw. She makes some inquiries and she arranges for her 3 finalists to meet with her to get an understanding of how they work. Normally they go with a DJ. I was really hoping she was going to tell me that they'd booked a band because like that could be so fun.
I'm hoping for magician. Let's get
like,
real
let's do
wild.
some tricks here.
Yeah, let's do some hypnotism.
Yeah. Well, they're going with a DJ. They usually do a DJ, and she goes with this guy who we're going to call DJ Kringle. So most of his DJing experience is doing weddings, but he seemed to understand their industry pretty well. So she felt good about working with him. Okay. You know, she's also a sucker for people with potential, and the price was good enough that they could throw more money at food and beverage. So she was happy moving ahead with DJ Kringle, despite, you know, she was a little concerned about the wedding part, but like, whatever, throw on some holiday hits, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So finally, it's the day of the party. Jamie and the other party planners head to the venue early to make sure everything's going smoothly, which was always my favorite part of holiday party planning, like being able to leave early and just make sure everything's good.
Oh, gotta go, guys. Holiday party.
Exactly. So DJ Kringle's there. He's setting up his booth. The venue's decorated. The caterers are buzzing. Things are looking good. And the party planners like high five each other and toast with some champagne to a job well done.
Yes.
This is before the party even started. So, you know the dangers of celebrating a win too early, right?
I sure do.
So, poor Jamie's night is about to change course.
Okay.
So, flash forward to an hour or so, and the party's bumping. Drinks are flowing. Food is good. DJ Kringle has a full dance floor. Jamie's like almost comfortable enough to get out there herself and dance, but she always kind of tends to hang back. Like I'm even dancing on her behalf. Like I'm like, let's go have a good time. So
but she has a feeling. Her spidey sense is tingling. Yep.
Yeah, but she's kind of like, you know what? Like this is good. Like we toasted. Like there's no way this could go bad. So she usually tends to hang back. So you as an HR person, how do you typically approach holiday parties as an attendee in HR? Like, do you lean in and be like, let's have a good time, or do you kind of hang back like chaperone style?
I tend to fall sort of in the middle, but more chaperone style, which frankly, I'll be candid in this confessional here. Some of it is a handy cover for my natural introversion and desire to not be the center of the party. It's a nice excuse to hang back when I like to be hanging back and observing. I have had a couple holiday parties where I have not been as sober as I perhaps should have been. And I didn't do anything embarrassing, but I wasn't my best self in terms of being able to handle embarrassing things that were happening to others, I will say. Like things where I was like, oh, I should really step in as the HR person, but I'm a little too high to do my job right now. Like,
it's like probably not going to go well.
Only did that once and was like, maybe from now on I should not do that.
Yeah.
Early career Kim was a different beast.
We have to learn somewhere. Look,
That's
no one
right.
is perfect. Everyone has to learn from something, and we've all had those moments where it's just like, oh, you cringe on like your past self. If you don't cringe on your past self, then you didn't learn enough.
That's right. That's right. I agree. I cheers to that. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So she's hanging back, and I support her.
So she normally hangs back, but today she's like, I'm gonna lean in. It's going so well. Look at this. DJ Kringle is bumping. She worked so hard this year too. She's like, you know what? I deserve a little treat. She's like, I planned this whole thing. Everyone seems to be good. So why not get out there and dance? Now, I'm not talking, she's not going to go crazy. She's just like going to get out there. She's going to dance. She's going to
That's reasonable.
Her lean moves. Yeah.
She can dance at her own party. Yeah, I'm into it.
She's like, let's go. So as she's making her way to the floor, an employee, Melissa, steps in her path. And she goes, Jamie, Sasha's crying in the bathroom.
Oh, no.
Jamie's just like, what's wrong? Is she okay? Just like instantly, she was like so ready to go. Now she's like, all right, HR Jamie's back. Is she okay? Melissa goes, I'm not sure. She said it was something about the DJ. I asked if she wanted me to find someone to help, and she said yes. So Jamie's like, all right, let's go. So they're like going to the bathroom. So Jamie and Melissa make it to the bathroom, and it's one of those bathrooms that has like a little makeup area with a couch. So that's where they find Sasha, just kind of there crying. So Jamie's like, Sasha, what's going on? Are you okay? And Sasha's like, I just can't believe he'd embarrass me like this.
Oh, no.
And Jamie's like, who embarrassed you? What happened? And Sasha just goes, DJ Kringle. She's just having a whole crisis. And Jamie's
gosh.
Oh? Now, remember, like, Jamie's been at this party. DJ Kringle is pretty noticeable. It's hard. Like, how could he have embarrassed her? Like, he's just.
And what is Sasha's deal? Is Sasha like a high up employee? Is she a low employee? That's not a nice thing to say. That's not what I mean. Is she like an executive? Sort of is she like mid? She's like a mid-career kind of person.
She's sort of mid. It's consulting, so she's one of the consultants. So like,
she's not like an intern.
No, she's not an intern, but she's not a manager either. She's just kind of like,
She is a grown ass woman.
Right. Yes, she's a fully functioning adult.
Great, got it.
So she's like, DJ Kringle's embarrassing me, and Jamie's like, oh, and she's like, he's out there telling people we're together. It's embarrassing. And Jamie's like, he's telling people that you're together as in a relationship? And she's like, yes. She's like, yes, and he won't stop talking to people. So Jamie pauses. She's like, okay, are you in danger? Like, she's kind of like, is this, well, she's like, are you in danger? Is this like a stalking situation? Yeah. Or what's the deal with this guy? Because like, Jamie's like, I hired him and he, is the vendor. He seemed fine. So Jamie goes, are you in danger? Sasha goes, no, it's not like that. Ivan and I have been talking all night, but now he's like, oh, I didn't know you had a boyfriend. It's just so annoying. So now there's this new introduction of this person, Ivan. And so Sasha's crying because she's like, DJ Kringle's telling everybody that he's my boyfriend. I just want to flirt with Ivan, and it's really annoying that DJ Kringle's blowing up my spot.
Is he her boyfriend?
Right? Drama. Like, who's to say at this point?
Who is DJ Kringle?
So I was also like, who's Ivan? Like, who is this guy? So did confirm that Ivan's another employee at Best Consulting, not a manager. So like up here, totally fine for her to be flirting with him. I would not date someone that I worked with, but whatever, everything's totally fine there. So now, so like there's nothing creepy happening with Ivan, but like now what is the deal with DJ Kringle? Like what's going on?
Yeah.
So Jamie's kind of in a bit of a tough spot because her employee doesn't feel safe at the holiday party.
Yep.
Even if she's kind of trying to figure out what's going on, she doesn't feel safe at the holiday party because of behavior from a vendor that the company / Jamie hired. So Jamie's first priority is, of course, Sasha. Like, she's the employee. She asks her what she needs given the circumstances and how Jamie can help. She's like, how can I help you? Like, what do you need? Sasha decides she's going to stay at the party and just avoid DJ Kringle.
Sure.
Like, she just pulls herself together. She's like, I'll just avoid him. It's fine. There are enough people there. It's like 1,000 people. She can just like disappear, and there's just not much time left. The party's almost over anyway. So she and her friends are already talking about like hitting up the after party. And Jamie's like, okay, like just come see me in the morning if you want to talk about this. Like that, you know, that's fine. You go, like whatever.
Can I pause you for a second, Rebecca, because you mentioned an after party. Just, you know, in the interest of good advice, as HR, know as little as possible about the after party.
Yes.
It's not company sanctioned. It's not a company event. Just if some bad stuff happens between people, you'll find out about it. But like, it's never a good idea to attend the after party or to know too much about it. Just let it, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
kind of why Jamie's
personal experience. Jamie's like, all right, I'm ready to get out of here.
Yeah. And that's why she's also just like, okay, like, you know, you're going to be doing that. You're cool with that. You're just going to disappear. Okay, let's just talk tomorrow. Because it's also like Jamie's had a little bit to drink as she's totally able to. Sasha's obviously like not, you know, totally sober herself. So they're just like, you know what, let's talk tomorrow. It is a Tuesday. We'll be at work tomorrow. So let me know if you want to talk more.
Yes.
So, you know, so Sasha's like, okay, clears the building, leaves. You know, Jamie stays to the end of the party. She was going to try to leave early, but now she's like, all right, well, I guess I have to stay to the end of the party and have this conversation with DJ Kringle. So the thing is, like, the main thing that she needs to understand is, like, she needs to make sure that her employee is not going to continue to be harassed. And she needs to understand, like, what's going on and get sort of his side of the story, right? Now, it's not really a formal investigation yet, per se, because DJ Kringle's not an employee, but it's still her HR hat's on. So Jamie goes, DJ Kringle, can we talk? And he goes, sure, what's up? She goes, one of my employees is really upset because she says that you've been harassing her and telling people she's your girlfriend. Can you tell me what this is about? And DJ Kringle goes, oh, Sasha? She is my girlfriend. And Jamie's like, that's not what she told me. So what I need to understand is whether or not you knew she'd be at this party. And DJ Kringle goes, yeah, I knew she'd be here. And Jamie's like, DJ Kringle, it is not okay to book gigs with the intention of harassing attendees. There could be legal repercussions here, and we certainly don't want to give your business a bad recommendation. Trying to, like, scare him because he's not giving her much. Like, he's being very tight-lipped. He seems on guard, naturally. And he seems, like, just tense and upset. So, you know, she threatens him with like legal, you know, with maybe legal repercussions, trying to kind of poke him to kind of get him to react because she needs to kind of just get him to spill, and she could tell that he's about to kind of explode. And so he goes, look, Sasha and I have been together for 2 years. I just found out that she's cheating on me the whole time with people that she knew through work. She's been saying that she wished she could bring me to these parties since they're apparently always a lot of fun, so I thought I found a way to surprise her. But now I'm finding out that she's been going behind my back this whole time and that no one she works with even knew she had a boyfriend. So I'm sorry that she told you she felt like she was being harassed, but that's not the full story. I get it if you don't want to give my business a recommendation, but I'm asking you to not put me on blast. I usually do weddings, so I can promise you I won't be doing these corporate parties anymore.
What a twist.
This is a classic he said, she said, right?
Wow. Wow. My head is exploding.
Yeah. So like there's the he said, she said piece, and then there's the cheating on me with people from work. So
this is multi-layered. This is a multi-layered situation. Oof.
We're almost at the end though. Like this was sort of how this whole thing blew up. So what's your move here? DJ Kringle gives you the rundown of like what's going on. Sasha left crying. And she's like stressed out about this person. All she wants to do is flirt with Ivan, which is technically fine, but also like what? So what's your move here?
Listen, I am not a relationship counselor. It is not my job as HR to get in the middle of an employee's relationship with a non-employee. My move here, honestly, would be, all right, Kringle, thanks for telling me your side of the story. Can I just ask you to stop, just focus on the music for the rest of the party. don't talk about Sasha. Don't talk to Sasha. Just like, you guys handle your relationship stuff on your own. Just focus on the music for the rest of the party. And like, thanks for sharing with me. And then I'll come back to Sasha and I say, Sasha, I talked to Kringle. He's going to be leaving you alone and not talking about you for the rest of the party. But sounds like you two might need to have a conversation outside of this. And I'm going to leave it at that. Go enjoy your night. I see nothing. I say nothing.
Super diplomatic.
Thank you.
Definitely the right move. The whole like, I'm just not going to get involved any further. I addressed Sasha being upset. She's gone. She left. DJ Kringle seems to have his story over here. But Jamie does dig a little bit more because she's had a little bit. And, she's just like, what? Like, she's like, now I'm curious for myself. She's like, now I kind of want to know. So ideally she's looking for some kind of proof to back up this story, because it's like, Sasha says he's not my boyfriend. He says that she is. So like, what's going on here? So she asked DJ Kringle if he has any proof that she's in fact his girlfriend. And he goes, well, we live together. And so this took a turn. Casually dating. Yeah, this is like, we live together. Like, we're building a life.
I was gonna say, Rebecca, that like, if depending on how many drinks I had, it's possible I would have like gone on Instagram or like tried to see what I could find out myself. I would not have asked for proof. I think I would have been too embarrassed to ask for proof. But I might have, if I was a little drunk, I might have like snooped on what's public on social media. Mm-hmm. They lived together. Yeah, they lived together.
Mm-hmm. And then Jamie, she's like a dog with a bone now, and she's like, "Can you prove that? Can you prove that you live together?"
Jamie, why are you spending your time on this? This is the holiday party. Go have some canapes.
Go have some canapes and then go home to relax and show up at work the next day. And
social media stalk from the privacy of your own home, like the rest of us.
Yep. And no one knows how to stalk like an HR person. I mean, I can find anybody on social media in 5 seconds. I was a recruiter. I'm finding you.
So she asks him for proof. Wow. Okay.
But she kind of has this like, she's sort of on DJ Kringle's side because she's also just like,
me too.
Yeah, it's just like, well, you seem to have like a pretty solid case here, because that's a lot to make up. Like, that's a lot.
Why would you make that up? I mean, unless he was like a serious harasser and he's making up an alibi to like harass this person. Like the likelihood of that is so much smaller than the likelihood of this woman who's conveniently doesn't ever have her partner with her at work events and is just like cheating on her boyfriend. I hate to say, like, that is a higher likelihood.
Yeah. And I think that it would have been more likely if Sasha was crying in the bathroom because she was scared, but she was crying in the bathroom because she was embarrassed. Yeah. So you're not embarrassed by a stalker.
No, you're embarrassed that your boyfriend is at your workplace and you can't flirt with people anymore. Yeah. Because you've been lying to your live-in boyfriend. Oh, your whole
spot is just totally blown up.
Oh, Sasha. Yep. Right. I'm on Team Kringle until I'm proven wrong.
Yeah. Well, he takes out his photo ID that has his address, and he's like, take a picture. He's like, take a picture and like, let me know. Like, this is my proof. Takes a picture of his ID. And the morning she goes to her computer. She like goes into HRIS. She verifies that Sasha's address in the system matches the ID on DJ Kringle's license. So
maybe they're just roommates, Rebecca. Maybe they're just roommates casually.
Maybe. I mean, that could be that, but that still is like
less likely.
Questionable. There's a lot of passion here for just roommates, I think, because Sasha's really upset because she's embarrassed. And she's just embarrassed because she got her whole spot blown up, and now she's like, oh, is this going to cramp my style with Ivan?
I could see a world in which Kringle is her platonic roommate, and as a joke, he's at the party being like, oh, that's my girlfriend, and she's like, oh my God, stop, you're just my roommate. But that's not what happened.
No. And I don't think he would do that if that was like a gig that he booked. Because remember, this is also his job. Like, he's a professional DJ. So it's like everything is based on recommendations, referrals. Like, that would be a really stupid gamble. Yeah.
Surprising your girlfriend at work when she's been telling you that she wishes she could take you to these parties all these years. Yeah. Like, pretty standard. Yeah. That's a nice little surprise.
Like, Yeah, if Sasha wasn't a cheater, it would be really cute that DJ
Some Christmas
Kringle's just
magic.
like, hey,
yeah.
honey, Merry Christmas. Here I am at the holiday party.
Yeah.
I play all your favorite songs.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Pro Kringle.
And so,
continue.
Like the whole next day, Jamie's just sitting there. She's just waiting for Sasha to come talk to her because she's like, if you want to talk to me anymore, like, you know, happy to continue the conversation. They didn't really address much yesterday. So she's just like there, but she never comes by. And it's like a few days later that she runs into her in the office kitchen and she's like, hey, Sasha, how's it going? So it's like the party was on a Tuesday. This was like the Friday of that week. So she's like, hey, Sasha, how's it going? And Sasha's like, hey, Jamie, have a nice weekend. And then she breezes out the door. So like avoiding her, just like not even gonna do this. And they never speak about DJ Kringle ever again.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised because Sasha either doesn't remember that it happened, which is kind of worst case scenario for her, or she is embarrassed by it, realizes that probably Jamie went and talked to Kringle and got a different version of the story, or went home and Kringle was like, yo, you've been telling your coworkers that you don't have a boyfriend? Like, what's up, girl? Why are you doing that? I don't know why I'm talking like this all of a sudden.
You're channeling your inner
channeling my inner Kringle. That's how he's a DJ. That's how he talks, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, something has happened that has caused Sasha to be embarrassed. She doesn't want to, like, embarrassed specifically to Jamie. She doesn't want to talk about this with Jamie, so she's not going to. And Jamie doesn't really have a work reason to bring it up, except to maybe be like, hey, just want to check in and see if you're okay. Right. The only thing I was thinking as you were telling the rest of the story, the only thing that perhaps Jamie, the thing that she could have done differently or maybe did wrong is, did she ask Sasha what she would like done about this? Like, did she ask Sasha, like, do you want me to talk to the DJ and tell him to stop? Because otherwise, like, maybe Sasha didn't want Jamie to go talk to Kringle and that. But, like, she wanted help solving the problem, or did she just want someone to know and, like, tell her it was okay to leave?
That it was happening?
Like, yeah.
So she did, when she was in the bathroom with her, she did ask, like, what do you want? Like, what can you do? Or, like, what do you want to do? So Jamie was kind of very much like, Sasha, how do you want to handle this? And Sasha was like, it's fine. I'll just disappear, and then I'll go to the after party, whatever. But Jamie's like, okay, you know, because at that point, the part of the story that she knew is that the DJ is harassing her employee.
Right.
And so the DJ who they hired, who they're under contract
That's
with.
the only piece that I'm a little bit like getting, like, it's always tricky when you are in HR and you have this like sort of mandated reporting, mandated follow-up kind of place where, like, if someone tells you they're being harassed, where is your obligation to step in and do something versus if the victim is like, I'm being harassed, but I'm just going to leave. I don't want to do anything about it. And then you go and do something about it. Like, do you have to do something about it? Are you getting involved where you shouldn't? Are you outing the victim for having, like, reported behavior that maybe, like, they're not ready to be outed for? Like, whatever it is, like, I think that you just have to tread carefully depending on the details of the situation. But that's the only thing that I'm a little bit like, oh, well, did Sasha want Jamie to interfere? Or did she just want to, I don't know why she would tell Jamie if she was just going to leave and didn't want her to do anything about it. I think she maybe wanted to stir the pot a little, but maybe I'm projecting.
I could be a little bit of everything. I think she might have wanted to stir the pot. She might have also been relieved that her spot was blown up. Yeah. Because, you know, it's like she's been lying for so long and now it's like,
it's hard to keep that secret.
Kringle is going to crumble, but, you know, at least now people know.
Kringle's going to crumble.
And she didn't say, so, and I hear what you're saying about, like, outing Sasha as maybe she didn't want Kringle to know that it was her who said something. Jamie did say that it was one of her employees. She didn't specifically name Sasha, but then
Kringle was like, it's Sasha.
Yeah.
My girlfriend, my live-in girlfriend, Sasha.
My live-in girlfriend, Sasha. Yes.
Didn't realize I was a secret.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was her secret lover.
And then I left surprised. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
all right.
I think you've kind of said this, but who's the real villain of this story for you?
Oh, Sasha. Sasha is the villain. Sasha is messy. And I don't like it.
Sasha is messy. And like, I feel bad. I mean, I don't think that Jamie did a lot. She did a lot more than she needed to do. Yes. Like you mentioned.
Jamie is no angel in this scenario.
Yeah. Yes.
She crossed some lines.
Yeah, she did. She pressed some buttons, and you know, it's kind of like this is where your judgment can get clouded in the holiday party spirit. And nothing that was particularly, you know, bad per se. You know, it's not like Sasha came back to her and was like, oh my God, Kringle kicked me out now because you said something to him. But it was still kind of like you did have a chance to walk away and you didn't.
Yeah.
And so.
And isn't that it? Like sometimes before you give your final.
No.
Isn't that the way in HR so much of the time is knowing when you need to walk away versus knowing when you need to dig deeper? That's the kind of like HR gut check feeling that you develop over time. It's not something you can learn in a book, but like knowing when you need to walk away. I think HR people are by nature curious people. We like to know what's going on with other people. That's part of what we like. And I think there's a tendency for some HR folks to lean too heavily into like, I'm a spy and I'm nosy. Yes. I'm going to use my nosiness to know everything about everyone. And like, you can get into some not good territory there doing that versus like, I am curious about people and I want to know everything. And I'm going to use that interest and skill to learn all of the things I need to learn to do my job, but not crossing the line into like, I am now an investigator.
Yeah. And I think it's also hard when you've been working with these people for so long too.
You know them.
Like she's been at the company for 5 years, you know them. So you do kind of feel a little bit, not territorial, but maybe a little bit protective or at least a little bit like, these are my people, you know, I need to kind of know what's going on. And also here's the thing that gets really hard is it's hard to, I don't know how close Jamie and Sasha were. I don't think they were particularly close, but it's really hard to have friends at work in HR because then it's like, am I coming at this as the HR person? Am I coming at this as the friend? I think Jamie was acting more as a friend when she confronted Kringle.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But the part that does kind of stick with her is the whole like, Kringle was our vendor. She's like, so they're not an employee, but the company did have some sort of like overview over this person, over how they did their job. And so it is hairy. Like it does get hairy that way. And this is one of those things I was thinking, I was like, what, you know, and this is segueing into sort of the let's debrief and digest is like, what did Jamie do right? What could she have done better? And at first I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know, basic research, kind of thinking about our offsite stories, like what basic research could she have done? Now, you know, if you're Googling DJ Kringle, for example, you're probably going to find his business page, but she has his name, so she could have Googled his real name and found him on social media to then see like, oh, that would have been a chance that she may have seen him with Sasha. But do you do that?
Yeah, I don't do that for every vendor. I would probably be like, since he's a DJ, I would probably be looking at his DJ social media. But like, I'm not doing like personal investigating on vendors. Like, no, I'm looking up their business. I'm looking at business reviews. And Sasha didn't tell us that she had a boyfriend and that this was his name because she was keeping him a secret. So
you don't know.
I don't think more research was going to help Jamie in this situation.
I don't think so either. The only other thing that I'm like could have been flagged, and this is like an if is they did a background check. So they do a background check on every vendor that they work with. So they did a background check on him using his name and his address. So theoretically, she knew his address beforehand, but like, would you have even thought?
But you're not cross-referencing vendors' addresses with your HRIS. And I mean, let's be honest. Technically, she should not have gone into the HRIS to find out what Sasha's address is to confirm whether or not she's living with the DJ.
This is
like
true.
That's not what the HRIS is for.
This is true. Just because you have access to the information doesn't mean that you need to use that access unless it's
she
for
didn't
a
need
work-related thing.
Yeah, she did not need to look up Sasha's address. I can see why she did it. It certainly satisfied her investigative curiosity. But like, strictly speaking, that's sort of an abuse of power there.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think it probably works in her favor that Sasha never came back to her to say anything.
Yeah, what's she going to do? Sasha, I looked it up. I know you live with him. I know your address.
Yeah. Again, then you're not acting in your role. You're then acting as someone who's abusing your power and abusing your access to information and just causing drama, which no one needs that.
But it's such a fine line in a lot of these. I mean, that's not a very fine line. That's a pretty bold line. But a lot of times these things can get really hairy. Like when you have access to this information, when are you accessing it for legitimate need because you need to versus when are you accessing it because it will solve a problem or like answer a question for you that's like maybe you don't need answered. Like,
yeah,
she didn't need to stay involved.
No, she didn't. And speaking of like not needing to stay involved, you know how companies, 200 people, you kind of, and they're pretty tight, like they know each other. Rumors kind of tend to come around. So remember Ivan, the guy who Sasha was really excited to flirt with? Come like the spring, so a few months into the new year, there's rumors that Sasha and Ivan are dating. And so no one else knows about this whole DJ Kringle drama, by the way. So Jamie's the only one at the company other than Sasha. Just reiterating, she didn't tell anybody. Didn't go anywhere else. So there's rumors everywhere that Ivan and Sasha are dating. And so Sasha or Jamie can't help but think like, does that mean that she broke up with him? Does that mean that she's pulling
Of course she wants to know.
What's going on? Yeah.
But she might not get to know.
I was going to say all she knows is she's probably never going to know. And that's where she has to start to live with the limitations of her own knowledge and lean into what it is. So I think this is what's so funny is like you can be really involved in people's stories and drama when you're in HR because you know a lot more about people. And it's why it's so hard to be friends when you're HR at a company because you know a lot about people intentionally or unintentionally, right? Like sometimes it's just like, you know, even if you're not looking for it, you just tend to know stuff. And that's kind of what I think in my experience kind of made it always really hard to be HR at these companies. But I want to kind of like dig a little bit deeper. I mean, we kind of already started to talk about it, but just to elaborate a little bit more on why are holiday parties so dreadful for HR? What? Because I have never gotten more submissions than this. Every single person who I spoke to, they were just like, oh, holiday parties. They're like, it's coming up again. Like everyone's literally dreading their parties. So why are they so dreadful?
Here's my off the cuff answer, and maybe I'll come to more formulation around it as I speak. But I think there's a lot of pressure on a holiday party from the employee perspective they always imagine in their mind some like big grand thing that you probably can never pull off. Because who has that kind of money? I think the only time I ever was at a holiday party that lived up to the like above and beyond glory expectation was when I worked at Google and we had basically unlimited budgets to do this. I think employees want a lot out of them, and a lot of what employees often want out of them is something that the company shouldn't provide, which is like, let's all let loose and go completely fucking crazy. Like they're like, it's the end of the year, it's the holiday party, we're gonna go nuts. Like I say that just from experience, having thrown 10 or 15 holiday parties over the years. Like that is often what the employees want, and HR has to pull it back and say like, yes, we can drink, yes, we can have fun, yes, we can do silly crazy things, but it's still a work event, just like with the retreats, right? Just like with the offsites, it's still a work event. And so HR is in this position of, you go into it already knowing that you're going to be put in a tough position of trying to meet people's extravagant expectations on generally limited budgets and while keeping it a safe work environment. And that's just a really hard balance to find, in addition to all of the like logistical nightmares of finding space and catering, entertainment, and all that kind of stuff, which if you're doing in-person events, like I hope you book those venues in August because it's hard. It's a lot of work to put the event on. You don't get to really enjoy it, and people end up disappointed no matter what. And it's still possible for them to be super fun and like have a great time and like not be disappointed, but you're like worried about disappointing people the whole time.
Yes. It's like
Even
the
if,
stress.
yeah, it's the stress about like wanting it to be good enough so that people think it was a really fun event, while also keeping everyone's like safety in mind.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like everyone's safety. And then you're kind of just thinking about like, well, what am I going to have to deal with when we get back or when this is over?
Yes.
Hopefully nothing. And hopefully you're
Usually
dealing with nothing
something.
because nothing happened, not because no one's coming to you, but usually there's something.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're also dealing with like really stupid complaints. Like people will be like, I didn't like the food. It's like, okay,
Thanks for telling me.
thank you. I wrote that down.
You can
Good
be
to
on the
know.
planning committee next year.
Exactly. You can pick the menu. I think my favorite types of holiday parties, and I say this as like I'm not a holiday party person because for all the reasons that we've talked about, but I also like just this extreme introversion that comes out in me is I'm like, I want to be able to be my real self, not my HR self. And you can't do that when you're at a holiday party with your company. Or if you're in leadership, it's not just HR. It's also like when you have a certain level of, experience or role within the company, you have to represent yourself well. And,
Right.
You don't get to go crazy the same way other people do. That's what your downtime is for. That's what your free time is for. Do whatever you want in your free time. But my favorite types of holiday parties are the ones that have activities. And I say that as someone who always rolled their eyes at those. Like I'd be like, oh goodness, like we have to go
something
to an
to
HR,
do.
like we have to go to a holiday party with bowling. Like we have to all go bowling. Some of the best have been around bowling, have been around like mini golf or whatever. Because like
it gives people something to do. It gives a central focus. Right. Yeah. So they're not standing around drinking and stirring shit up the whole time. It gives them something to focus on that's not drama with each other.
Yep.
And
it's a good excuse to not have to talk to someone. Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm going to break from this conversation because it's my turn to go bowl.
Right. Can I tell you my favorite holiday party story of all time in a very short way? So I was planning a holiday party for a company that I worked for, and my office manager and I were kind of the two people in charge of this party. And we had planned it. It was a pirate themed holiday party. Everyone, like the company voted on the theme and they all voted for pirate themed. Okay. And we had booked it in this venue in San Francisco that is an island that you like take a little ferry and then it's this like island, but it's not a real island.
It's like Treasure Island. Is that a real
thing?
No.
Treasure Island is a real thing. That's an actual island. This is like a fake island. Okay. This is like a floating restaurant that's anchored into the bay that you can like take a little ferry out to. The day before the holiday party, there was a giant storm with, I believe it was the king tides, which is like the really big tides that come in. Our venue washed away in the storm. No. We found out with 24 hours notice that we had no venue because our venue had literally floated away.
Oh my God. What did you do?
I'm now remembering we had one more person. I don't want to discredit James, my Goitia, who did a massive amount of work. Because I just remember, like, I poured him a glass of whiskey at like 11 a.m. I was like, James, we've got to find a new venue. Let's get on the phone here for tonight's party. And he called up a bunch of places. We found this location that was like a billiards room off of a restaurant, and they could provide food, and it was like, it was not good food. It was a brightly lit room with a big pool table in the middle of it, but we made it work.
Sticks and chicken fingers. Yeah.
Yeah. I believe there was popcorn shrimp involved. Like, we made it work.
In a fryer.
And I'll tell you, like, coming together in a crisis, I remember the three of us like coming up with comms to send to the team and be like, hey team, as you may have heard, our venue floated away into the bay last night. We're working on a new venue. Sit tight. Tell your spouses, we'll let them know. Because of course this is like people are
Everybody
invited.
People.
So like, gotta tell them where to go. And we were having people dress up. They're like, is it still pirate theme? Should we still come in costume? And we're like, yes, it will still be a pirate theme. I went to the like downtown San Francisco Target that had nothing in stock, but I was like, what?
Was that the one by Union Square or no?
No, it was the one by the Metreon, by the mall. Okay. But like the mall wasn't going to be, it was like too much to deal with. So I just went to the Target. I was like, what do they have that is vaguely piratey that I can use as decorations? Look, here's a cardboard parrot. Here's a telescope. Like, let's see what we can do. Ship. Yeah, exactly. But you know what? everyone had a great time in our
I love
crappy little venue with a pool table in the middle of it, and everyone just kind of laughing and standing around. Like, there was no DJ, there was no dance floor, there was no custom cocktail, like all the stuff we had done out the door and into the bay.
Do you know what that is?
But we rallied.
That is culture. That's culture.
That's right.
Because that's like
right.
the people coming together and just it happening organically, overcoming the challenges. Like, that's culture. Culture is not where your fancy venue is. Culture is the people who go to it and how they handle it.
That's right. That's right. And it was, I mean, we, for months, I mean, years later, this is now, I think it was over 10 years ago, at least. We're still talking about it. We still joke about it. Like, the coworkers I keep in touch with. And, you know, it honestly gave HR a little moment to shine, because everyone was like, wow, you guys really pulled this off. Like, how can we help? How can we rally around you? Like, you pulled it off. Nobody complained about the bland food. Nobody complained about whatever. Like, everyone was just happy to be there and be together. And I'm still very proud of that. And my team was like so good. I was like, thank you, Anne and James, who are probably not listening to this right now, but maybe you will.
We'll make sure that they do.
I'm gonna send them this podcast, because Anne Money, James Mygotia, y'all crushed it on the Discuss Holiday Party back in 2014. I don't know when that was.
Whenever we were. Probably around the same time this holiday party from our story happened, actually, because it was like
probably
the mid-2010s, it said.
Yeah, those a decade of abundance.
Yeah.
Before the Roaring 20s.
I have one. I know that we were like kind of going a little bit different directions, but I have one final question for you.
Okay,
and
I'm ready.
It's about some things for HR pros, sort of that last piece of advice to give to them based on this story. So do you have any advice for them, for anyone who's dealing with either a holiday party season, just in general, or who are caught up in just employees' personal drama? So like drama either caused by the holiday season, drama not caused by the holiday season, like how do you help someone kind of form that gut feeling that we were talking about, knowing when to stop?
So on the back end, internally, for yourself, you need to adopt a not my circus, not my monkeys mindset for interpersonal drama that is not impacting the workplace. Like, if it's two employees who are dating and they're fighting, like, there's a reason that like from The Office, like the love contract, there's a reason that these things exist, where you disclose your interpersonal relationships, right? But when you're dealing with employee drama that is not workplace related, you really have to put up that wall and force yourself not to engage. And I think there is value in writing out scripts for yourself so that you know what to say when someone comes to you with something, and say like this sounds really tough, but this also sounds like this is a personal issue and not a workplace issue. And unfortunately, I can't get involved. If you're feeling unsafe, if you're feeling like something is wrong with your work environment, if you're being harassed by a coworker, like whatever, like come up with your own things that are right for your organization and your culture and whatever. But things that so you don't have to feel like you're put on the spot, and it'll just like trigger for you when someone comes to you and they're like, oh my God, I'm dealing with this crazy drama with my aunt and you won't believe what's happening. Be like, I can't talk about that with you at work. I'm really sorry, but I need to maintain some level of boundaries. And again, this is why like it's hard to have workplace friendships when you're in HR. But the other thing I will say is find your HR people who you can go and talk to about things and celebrate with. Some of my fondest memories are end of year HR and like office ops coordinator type. Back when I was running org, we would do little holiday meetups and like getting together with people that are not at your place of work, where you can actually like blow off some steam and you can actually like, you know, celebrate the year, even if you're doing it virtually. Find those places. That's like your real holiday party.
Yeah.
You know, treat your work holiday party like a work event, and find other ways to celebrate and enjoy the holiday season.
Yeah, not with work people or at a work situation.
No.
Yeah. No, like that.
It's just, there's just too much risk in, like, because you are still at work, and as HR, there just are different expectations of you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'd say too that there's the holiday parties that I've been to and that I saw submissions for that had the most employee kind of drama were the ones where the party was just the party. And so it's why I like ones that have events.
Yeah. Safer.
But there's also, I've seen some really good holiday parties that also incorporate things like values awards at the end, or like employee of the year, or like, you know, top rep or whatever, or like, you know, here's the person who best upheld our value of.
That's a tricky line to walk though, because like you could end up feeling like this is a corporate event and it's like stuffy because there's an award ceremony. There's like, you have to, again, I feel like all I talk about these days is storytelling, but like you have to be able to weave it into the event in a way that feels like it changes the theme of the event. You can't have both a rowdy dance, you know, dance and get wild party and also be like, and now it's time for the awards.
Yeah.
Like you have to find the right balance if you're going to incorporate all that stuff.
Yeah. I worked for a company that I think did it really well, where they announced the winners before the party. Like they announced
so they could just celebrate.
And then at the party was just like, and now, like, you know, let's have a round of applause for the winners of the Value Awards. Like, I think that was like good, but it also
it's a good balance.
It kind of gives you something to celebrate too, and just something to kind of remember, like, yeah, this is also, you know, we are trying
about
to
work.
get together, and it's about work, but it's also about the work and efforts of your team. I don't know, it's like we all show up every day to like work really hard, and you know, it's nice to kind of have a chance for that.
I always loved a tradition of forcing my CEO at Discuss, hi Daniel, forcing him to give a speech because he hated giving speeches. And I was like, listen, you're the CEO. This is your company. You have to give a speech at the holiday party. And he would always give, and his speeches were so good. They were like appropriately funny and celebratory, appropriately like team buildy, but also like, you know, sarcastic. Like he did such a good job with them, but he never wanted to do them. And I feel like he can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like every single year I was like, you must give a speech, sir. It's like, no, don't make me.
Then, if his speech actually felt like him, because it feels like it sounds like it was authentic, and that's the thing that makes it good.
Yeah, I wasn't going to write it for him. Like, get up there and say something nice about the people you work with.
Yeah.
That's all.
Twist my arm.
Yeah.
Well, Kim, thank you for letting me tell you this story. That's all for our episode of HR Confessions.
Amazing.
This was so fun. And if you out there want to submit any of your own confession, there's a link in the show notes where you can submit where you can submit any of your stories. We take video files. You can write it out. You can be completely anonymous. And we'd love to hear any thoughts or input from our listeners too. So please follow us on social media or email us at hrconfessions@skillcycle.com. And if you want to share your story, most folks that I know actually shared their stories with me through like voice notes through LinkedIn. I got a few texts from people who I knew. So we'll have links to submit stuff, but like literally you can find us anywhere.
Easy.
We will collect, we will talk. Yeah. So don't be shy.
I can't wait to see what comes next.
Me neither. On that note,